Now we're going to go into creating links in Dreamweaver. So here we go, and of course links are those little magical images or text, little buttons that we click on to go places. So let's do it. Let's go into Dreamweaver. And I have this page set up, and I want page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. I want all of these to be links. So let's just make a link. Usually, all you have to do is select a word, or you can select an image, and then you just go into the Properties panel, and notice in the Properties panel, I have the HTML selected and not the CSS. But if I go right into the HTML panel, here's a little spot for link right here. And for link, since this is going to page 1, I could just type in page 1.html. This is the real name. And again, in our file names, we're not using any spaces. I'm using all lowercase. And I hit enter on the keyboard, and that makes this thing a link. There you go. And by default, links are blue and underlined. Let's do another one just for the heck of it. I'll click in here. I'll type in page 2.html. Hit enter on the keyboard, and that has changed that to page 2. It is now a link. And just for the heck of it, let's come down here. Let's make another link. All of these links thus far are pages within my web folder. But let's go to Google. What if we want to go to google.com? Well, to make that a link, we would need a full web address because it's not in our website folder. And here we need a full address, so I would type in http://www.google.com. I'll hit enter on the keyboard. That's going to give it a little underlined thing. Now, here, this is something very important. If you're linking to sites outside of your site, you don't want people to go to Google and then they search for something, they forget who you are, and then, you know, where were all these great links at that took me to Google? I don't remember. So what you do is you come over here to Target. And we all know that Target is. We know what Target is. It's a great place to shop. Okay, only kidding. Okay. But if we come over here and we take Target to blank, well, now what that's going to do, it's going to open the Google web page in front of our web page, so they can surf all day and all night. They can surf for a week. And if they forget about who we are, they can close the Google window, and our web page is sitting right there where it was. So that's basically how you create your basic links. But what about this one down here? Send me an email. Well, for that, that's very basic also, but it's a little different. For that, you would type in mail to : and I'll type in my email, bill.dallas.lewis ... at, what happened to my @ sign? My @ sign's not come in, @gmail.com. Hit enter. There you go. So to make a link, go to somebody's email, mail to : email address. That's it. You're done. Leave Target alone on that one. Now the thing is, we have our links in, but the links are kind of ugly. Like who wants a link that is blue and underlined? Well, to change the appearance of your links, you can put your code in, of course, but if you just go to Modify Page Properties in Dreamweaver, and your Page Properties window opens, we can go to Link, and here we can set the link font, the size of our links just for the heck of it. Let's make it maybe 18 points. Link color, we'll change the color of our links to red. Visited links, that means people have already clicked the link and maybe hit the back button. We can make a little rollover effect for our links with the rollover option. Active links, when somebody clicks a link, they click the back button and they go back to the page they came from until someone, when they click back, that link will have a little square around it until they click away from the link. That would be called an active link. And then, do you want your links underlined? Well, it's either always or never. So here you can see never underline, and you can see these options, which are kind of apparent. So I'm going to never underline just for the heck of it. And what I like about this panel is if I click apply, I can see the changes actually taking place. So let's go up to 36 points. What the heck? Big giant links, too big. Let's go back down to 24 points. Apply. And there we go. So I click OK. My links are ready to go. And these links will actually function. Now, the thing that I kind of sort of don't like about this process is if I go into my code, you'll see that these links are actually CSS coded, meaning that the CSS has been created to create a font size, in this case, the color of the text. And here, A is for anchor in our HTML. And let's take a peek at our HTML. If I scroll down, here's your basic link right here. Page1.html. Anchor, hyperlink reference equals page 1, our word, followed by .html, file name, and then we close the anchor tag here. So in our CSS, we're talking to the anchor tag. We start out defining the font size of our anchor tag, and then we say a link, a colon link, a colon visited, a colon hover for rollover, a colon active for our active link for when we click back is still selected until we click away from the link on the page. Now, here's what I'm going to do. One, I do not want the CSS in my web page. And I know I'm going to be using links like this again and again and again for the rest of my life. And I just don't want this showing up in the web page at all, so I'm going to highlight all of my anchor tag information up here, and I'm just going to control click, and I'm going to make this a snippet so I can use these anchor tags in my CSS for years to come. So I'm going to make a new snippet, and I'm just going to call this basic links. I click OK. And then I can come back in here and delete. Delete, say no, because I made a little mistake, but I'll come in here, highlight this, delete that, highlight this, and delete that. That's out. It's gone from my HTML document. But then, here's my attached style sheet right here, targeting objects CSS. And now, I just come in here and let's use my snippet. I could just paste them in, but I'll go Windows Snippets. Here is my basic links snippet, which I think I'm going to drag it out of that folder into the My Snippets folder. And here's basic links. Oh, wrong folder. It's still up here. Right here. There we go. Basic links. Double click. Here are my links. It's in my attached style sheet here. I go into my design, and my links are there, and we're ready to Rumble. There are your basic links, going to the Modify drop-down menu, Page Properties, assigning our link attributes, cutting the links out of the head of the document, which they automatically embedded a style sheet. We can change the fonts via those options. We made an email link, so we can click and send an email. Our basic links are good to go.